If you have sassy friends, you need this stamp set. Need is kind of a strong word, but you might want it. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I am sharing a brand new stamp set that I designed called Sassy Friends. It's sassy, it's fun, and you know the friends that you have that it would be perfect for. I've got a fun card project to share, so stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the products I'll be using today, and this stamp set I am so excited to use today, and it is called Sassy Friends. Now, it is a big stamp set with greetings, things like we've been friends for so long I can't remember which one of us is the bad influence. It's probably you, and I love that, and I am going to use that today because I've got to send it to my best friend. Then we have best friends, and you can attach things here like finish each other's sandwiches, best friends since like forever, share selfies when looking down and still think they're pretty. One of me and my best friends do that all the time. I love you, double chin and all. Best friends can call at 4 a.m. and know you'll pick up unless my phone is on DND. Do not disturb. I'm here for you 100% minus the 1% when I'm in the bathroom. Oh, who am I kidding? Here it says, I'm at your beck and call forever. Just funny things, right? Friends don't let friends do stupid things, at least not without taking a picture first. Remember that one time when wait, I've completely spaced it, but do you remember? You just get me. If you don't have something nice to say about someone, call me. Know what I'm saying? There's good friends, there's better friends, then there's you, bestie level activated. And I think this is one of my favorites, and I actually read this somewhere. A good friend knows your stories, a best friend helped you write them. Here's to more literary shenanigans. So it's a fun set. There are coordinating dies that cut out the larger greetings so you can isolate those on your card instead of fussy cut them out. And that's the stamp set. Now, I'm going to do something that I think is going to be really cute, and that is create a beautiful floral border for my card with this greeting. I love doing that with card projects sometimes where you take something kind of sassy and cheeky and you layer it with something pretty. Also, Simon Says Stamp has released more of our positively saturated inks in the cube. So it's really nice to have this, especially if you want to try out this ink brand and see what they're like. You can get cubes, but also when you don't need a ton of ink, it's nice to pull out some cubes. So I'm going to get a nice little rainbow here to work with, and we'll get started with ink blending. So the first thing I need to do is figure out just about how much this, and that takes up on the panel. And here's the thing, I am going to trim this down a little. And so I want to say, we're going to frame it right about here, okay? And the thing that I like about this is, oh, you can get it a little more, well, you know what, it doesn't really matter if I'm not perfectly straight because, like I said, I'm gonna trim it. But let's go here. And again, I wanna make sure that I have enough top and bottom for the greeting. Now, all I'm going to do I have Post-it notes here somewhere? Oh, I don't need Post-it notes. Hold on here. I am going to use a piece of acetate up here to mask this portion off. And you know what? It should stay in place. I still am probably going to put my hand down. I don't have a smaller piece right now for the bottom, so I'm just going to use this guy right here. And then I think what I'll do, I'm just going to start from the inside and basically blend out. So let me put on some music and we will use our cubes and our baby brushes to blend things out. So that is the frame for my card. And just to double check, where did I stick my greeting here? It's somewhere. There we go. I will definitely have enough room to sandwich this in. And I actually love that it's up a little on the card. So I am going to do my stamping next and emboss, and then I'm going to trim this down, which will help to flatten it. I actually changed my mind. I'm going to cut this out rather than stamp it right on the piece because I have the die. And that makes me very happy. Okay, so I've got a grip mat in here as well, which will hold my paper in place. I'm going to prime this a little because it's the first time I'm using it. These stamps have a bit of a coating on them, so if you've ever put ink on a fresh stamp and it beads up a little, that is the reason. It's just part of the manufacturing process. And I always prime just by lightly rubbing on here. Plus they're going to get more conditioned over time. So let's go ahead and take my Simon Says Stamp anti-static powder and just powder up to remove static and oil. And then I'm going to add some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing ink. And if this doesn't look great because it's a first stamping, I can always just restamp on the other side. So sometimes you can't really tell until you add the powder. So I'm going to just gently allow that to transfer to the cardstock. Okay. Then I'm going to take my little folded piece of paper that I think I just rolled my chair over, and I'm going to take this out of the Misti. I just want to see there. Does that look pretty good? I think it does. Just give that a little more tap down. We'll see. We can always do it again. And because I don't like to use my jewels, I will use my Pierce and Place wand to lift this out. And I'm going to use Simon Says Stamp Gold. This is a really nice gold powder. This is the ultrafine gold, and I love it. It's got a beautiful color and it melts beautifully. And the fine detail powders, they hold their shape, right? They don't puff up so much that you lose the detail of text like that. And that is what I want to preserve here. Oh, that's going to look great. All right. Now let me funnel this back in. And go like that. Also, I keep a Swiffer cloth that I poke a little hole in, and then I just hang it on a hook, actually on a magnet that's stuck to the side of my desk. And then I usually wipe my paper catch off too, just so that I can, use this and not have any other color of powder mix in. All right, let's grab my little brush here because I have a little powder here on the outside edge. Probably doesn't matter. This actually looks really good, but you can always take a dry brush. These are my favorite. I actually have two sizes. One is, what is this one? 3/8 of an inch, 10 millimeter, and 1/4 of an inch, 6 millimeter. They're both great, and I just use them for this. While my piece is drying, I'll prep my note card, and I have here a piece of the Neenah Classic Crest in Solar White. This is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. Initially, I thought I was going to do a landscape orientation card, one that is wide instead of tall, but I really am glad that I did it this way because I think it's going to be, well, I think it's going to be cute. So let's give that a nice press with my Teflon bone folder. All right, I'm going to tape this closed so that, well, that was way too much tape. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. I know it seems wasteful. It's just what I do. I keep this pink Easy C tape. I keep it on demand. So now, as soon as these spatters are completely dry, I'm going to pop this up on the note card. But look at, well, let's zoom in here. Look at the shine. It is such a cool, well, we'll find it. We'll find it. Oh, now it's just too much. Well, there you go. See that over there? See the shiny? It's so hard to see, but it is beautiful when the light hits it, and it is such a nice gold. So That is going to go here, but like I said, this has to dry before I can pop it up. So I'll let that dry. We'll get the foam tape on the back and we will proceed. All right, we're going to take the backers off here. Sometimes I just use this little pierce and place wand instead of my sharp blade tool because I have been cutting myself lately with that tool. And this one works great. So let's set you right there on the scissors. It doesn't really matter which side I pop up because it's just a reflected image. Now I will get all of the backers off of these foam squares. I decided to use the thinner depth foam squares just because I already shored up the dimension a little with an extra layer of cardstock, and I knew I was going to pop up my panel, so I didn't want it to go too hog wild on the height. All right, where are my beautiful tweezers? I believe I have misplaced my Simon tweezers, so I will use the ones, oh, I've even got stuff stuck. These are the tweezers that I usually use when I'm doing messy gluey things. And this, I guess, technically counts. But here's what I'm going to do. I am going to bring in my 6-inch T ruler. And the reason I do this is just for a little bit of float time, right? I'm going to pop this right in the center. Like that. And then real quick, I'm going to bring in my T ruler to make sure that I am straight, because the bottom of this, it's really easy to get straight. Woo! Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Okay, now I have to stamp on the inside, and I am just going to stamp it in black ink because I think it's hilarious that the companion greeting says, "It's probably you." All right, let me get set up to stamp that. Here is the beautiful thing about the Misti tool, right, is you can have your card and it can stick out while you stamp. And the reason this is important, if you're me, you know, I like to hedge my bets. I like to hedge my bets that I won't mess it up. And I'm going to put it up top here just a little because I want to be able to write a message. Well, and actually, here's the reality. I think I'm going to have to make a duplicate of this card because I'm going to send this in. By the time this video comes out, I think I will have to send this one in to Simon Says Stamp for a Stamptember celebration because it's so fun. And we always, the people who design products, we like to send our examples in. So I'm going to use a little Gina K Designs Black Onyx, very basic. I keep this cube right here at my desk because it's just so easy to pull and use. Open this up. I want you to see how that comes down and press. And honestly, I don't need to stamp that again. That looks fantastic. Maybe I was a little off center, but I think she's gonna get the point because, you know, oh, I love it so much. Okay, and there we go. Take this out. Oh, it's so great. All right, let me see if there's any other thing I want to add to this. I think I gotta do it. I have some gold pearls that I love. These are from Studio Cathy. And I'm going to just make this even little frame going around. Oh, I gotta be careful with those because you gotta go straight on them. Oh, and boop. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Push you out of the way. Little dab. And pick it straight up and boop. It's very cute. Push you out of the way. And straight up. Boop. It's going to be really fun. All right. I'll just push I'll push it all out. I always see my friend Gina K do this where she puts her little glue daubs down first. And I always think to myself, I'm always scared that I won't remember where I had them. But with something like this, it's much easier to see. So then you go, boop. Oh, that's very easy. Boop. And the last one is a big old boop. Okay. That, my friends, is the finished card project. So you got shine on there. There's spatter. There's little gold pearls. We've been friends so long, I can't remember which one of us is the bad influence. it's probably you. And I will tell you, this card was, or this sentiment was given to me by the owner of Simon Says Stamp. She said, wouldn't this be fun for a stamp set? I'm like, girl, let me at it. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. If you want to see some more sassy greeting type of card projects, check out the 2 thumbnails I have linked for you below, and I'll see you in those videos.